Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Kirigami 3-light. This is the 133303. Let's get into details about it, and let's talk about the height of the fixture body itself. That's going to be independent of the rod that it's hanging from, but it is going to include the bracket that's holding that shade. 14.4 inches tall. Diameter is 28.3. There are 3 shades that are coming out from this, forming a circle, the diameter. There you go, 28.5. Overall height, Hubbardton Forge offers a variety of these overall heights coming from the ceiling down. It's going to have a range of 19.2 to 64.2, and you're going to notice there's a chart way down in the corner there that's going to show you all of those overall heights that you can attain basically by using different combinations of these rods that are going to be shipping with this, okay? So you're going to be getting, well, let's go back for a sec. So 19.2 to 64.2. Let me touch on the custom part of this. If you need this to be longer than 64.2, drop me a quick email. Let me know what you're doing. So say you're looking at the 133303. You have a flat ceiling or a slope ceiling. You need it to be much longer than 64.2. You need it to be 84 inches or 140 inches or something like that. I'm going to take your email, send it to Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It'll come back with an answer. We can generally do it within about 6 weeks. Adds a little time and money, but there you go. Easy to do. We do it every day actually. So circling back to these guys. So you're going to be getting automatically as a kit with this 3 of the 12s, 1 of the 6, and 1 of the 3. You're going to use them in different combinations, like I said, to get to those overall heights. You put them together with this guy, which is just a little connector. These have threading on the insides, and when you put them together, it's a very, very clean look. It's nice, it's really, really nice, matter of fact. Hubbardton Forge's milling of these things is pretty extraordinary, and you barely see a line there. So I want to show you a little bit more information about that. How we do it is we look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how these things go together. It's going to show you how to put the shades on, the layout of the sockets, which is great. It's going to show you that this is shipping with a 5.3 inch square canopy, and that's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. This only weighs 5.7 pounds, so it's super light. It just hangs from a regular J box. No worries about that. So it's also going to show you, like I said, how to put it together. And how you do that is you're going to be basically putting those wires through these little parts piece by piece. So you're going to put them through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, and eventually you'll exit that canopy up on top. And then you just basically screw them together and kind of build your way up. That canopy up on the ceiling, that square canopy, is it has the same details as my round one here about the slope ceiling compatibility. This is already set up for slope ceiling for up to 45 degrees, just like that, because that is a knuckle built at the top. So you don't have to worry about any slope ceiling issues. If it's beyond 45, then we'll talk. But most of you guys are going to be 45 or below if you have slope. Let's talk about shades really quick. So it's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's spun frost, which is a composite fabric. It's a kind of a plasticky composite fabric. It's a semi-translucent, so light is going to go through, but you won't be able to see through it. It's opaque, so you're not going to be able to see the bulbs or the sockets. It's kind of a snowy white. It has a bit of a texture to it. It's very pretty. I've never seen it in any other manufacturer before, so I've only ever seen it on Hubbardton Forge fixtures. It's cool, and it's very stiff. Easy to clean too. I just use a old t-shirt that's really soft and I just dust it. That's all we do in our showroom. We don't use any kind of liquids on it. It cleans really easily. Awesome. Okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes. You're going to be using 3 of these medium base sockets, and that's what we all grew up with, these bigger guys. So check that out. If you want to stay old school incandescent, you're going to be using an A19. That's this size light bulb. And this is just like what we all grew up with. That's that old incandescent bulb from my youth. And this is a newer LED, but the size is important. So A19, you can use up to 60 watts for incandescent in each of those sockets if you want. But if you want to go LED, and you should, they're easy to get. I have found that A19 bulb size up to 100 watt equivalent at a local Walmart in Vermont, so it was pretty easy to find. LEDs, like I said, come in all kinds of color temperatures as well, so we talk about it in every video. This is kind of a older LED, and this is the new phosphorus ones that you can find, but they're everywhere. and you can find them even at your local drugstore or hardware store or grocery store at this point. Color temperature of light coming out of LEDs, 2700 Kelvin or 2700 K, is going to be super yellow like a setting sun. Way on the other side of that is going to be called daylight. Daylight sounds like it's a warm light. If you see that on the box, just stop for a second, because that actually is that cold hospital waiting room light a lot of people don't like. That's 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What a lot of people like is called, and what I like, is called warm white. And warm white is this nice warm glow coming down on us from LEDs above that look a lot like the incandescent light we grew up with. That's that nice 3,000 Kelvin. So my choice on this would probably be maybe a 60 to a 75 to 100 watt equivalent, 3,000 Kelvin dimmable LED. Make sure you tell your installer that you're using LEDs, just so they put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.